So the first thing that we had to do was pour these concrete footers to put the containers on. And there's 4 of them for each container. The containers are 20-foot equivalent containers. So they were about a quarter of a mile away, and we modified an old boat trailer so that we could jack the containers up with a high lift jack and put cribbing underneath until we could get a trailer underneath each container and tow them over here. So we had this old boat trailer. The containers weigh about 5,500 pounds, and the trailer was probably rated, based on what the tires say, for about half that. But we were going really slow. We moved the axle back on the trailer. So we moved the axle back on the trailer so that we could have it be right about at the balance point, and we put some blocking in between the springs so that it wouldn't collapse. And so we had the 5,000-pound trailer balanced on this, strapped on, and I'll include some pictures so that you can see what that looked like. So once we had the trailers skidded off the trailer, once we had the containers skidded off the trailer onto the pedestals, we started framing it up with this lumber. It was cut with oak trees off the place. Cut the trees down, took them to the sawmill, and we also built this rig for the tractor. It's a 25-foot upper section of a sailboat mast, and as you can see, it's tall enough to do whatever work we want to do here. So we were able to lift this. It's actually the keel of an old wooden boat. It's teak. We incrementally lifted that up all the way to the top after we had set everything else. And the next thing will be to do some rafters, and that'll stabilize it. So, well, I wish I'd had a GoPro earlier, but I still don't have one here yet, and I'm going to do some phone recording until we get it. But here's the project. Move these 2 containers in, and we're building a barn roof on top of them with oak cut off the place and sawed at a local mill. This is a 25-foot section of a sailboat mast that we're using to lift the main beam into place. We also lifted these 14-inch tall oak beams that are on the ends, and as you can see on the other end here, we've got a strap rigged over a little temporary gin pole on the main post that we're lifting that end of the ridge pole with. The ridge pole is a teak keel out of an old boat. It's 25 feet long. So the sailboat mast, as you can see, mounts on the back of the tractor, and so we'll continue on with this. So the project at the moment is we're going to scoot this beam over about another foot or so that it's centered over the building, and so we're scooching our lift points out a little bit, and then we'll lift carefully and just let it slide over. And I don't know how much the beam weighs, but it's more than we can pick up, so by hand. So, and of course everything here is OSHA approved. So because our lift point is right above our post that we're going to set this beam on. We're going to have to rig the sling both sides of the post, and that'll allow us to set it down without trapping the sling. And so I'll bring you back when we get it rigged. Okay, we have got it sitting on its posts, and it looks pretty good. We're going to leave the lift points attached until we get some rafters in place to stabilize everything, but good progress. So, like I say, all this oak was cut off the place, and mostly dead standing or dead fallen, and so it was practically seasoned when we sawed it. So I'll get some pictures of the container moving. I think I've got some of those, just still pics. We'll try and include those in this.
So I hope if you enjoyed this that you will subscribe, hit the notification, and we'll try to show you some more next time we get something done. I want to thank John Clark, fricknjeep. He has a great channel, and actually the reason I'm trying to make this is because I enjoyed his so much.